Hi everyone, my name is Phil McLaughlin, and over the next 10 minutes I am going to give a little overview of how location-based intelligence will help post-pandemic as much as it has done during it. So my name is Phil McLaughlin, and I work for a company called Esri in Ireland. I'd just like to thank Alistair and Sarticus for giving us the opportunity to be able to discuss how we see location-based intelligence helping. The company I work for are a global leader in something called geographic information systems, or GIS software. GIS software is location intelligence and digital mapping. Esri provides organizations of every size and industry, over 300,000 companies, the tools to get deeper insights from their geographic and transactional data. And that then helps them improve their operational and business results. So our vision for location intelligence is to help organizations understand why things happen and when they happen, with the goal of gaining business advantage through better understanding of location. I'm going to start by giving you a little run through of what location intelligence is. So bear with me while I transfer you over to a little animation. Okay, so what is location intelligence? How is it changing the way we solve the problems of the future? Location intelligence uses spatial information to empower understanding, insights, decision-making, and prediction. It has applications everywhere from retail site selection and solving traffic bottlenecks to maintaining and repairing vital infrastructure. Location-based insights are used in many ways. They can create safer, more efficient supply chains. They can even help track floods and evacuate residents and target those most vulnerable. They can reduce damage and save lives, making cities and citizens more resilient. In farming, precision agriculture will help deliver water and fertilizer only where it's needed. This will lower production costs and maximize crop yields, which will be necessary to feed another 2 billion people by 2050. Location intelligent organizations help their staff create, manage, and share information, making them smarter, more productive, and more efficient. 97% of companies believe location intelligence is crucial to their success. Most say they plan to invest in location intelligence technologies. We've only just begun to explore the potential of combining spatial information with prediction, just as we would have once been hard-pressed to imagine all the uses for smartphones. We're still discovering that location intelligence, combined with emerging technologies like AI, will uncover new insights and provide a better map of the future. Okay, now that we have a better understanding of what location intelligence actually is, let's have a little look at how it has helped throughout the pandemic. So I'm going to go through 5 steps that were pretty much used across the globe to be able to help with the response. Now, the first thing that location intelligence was used to do was to be able to map the cases. So GIS was used primarily as a system of record, the ability to be able to capture who has been infected and where they live. The second thing that location intelligence was used to do was to map the spread. So taking a regional or national or global approach to be able to see where areas are seeing uptaking in coronavirus growth. The third step that was used throughout the pandemic was the capability for location intelligence to use to identify where vulnerable populations were. So GIS was used to be able to target those areas where
people were of highest need. So what that meant was we were able to identify who needed food parcels so that they could be shielded from potential infection. Location intelligence was also used to be able to map capacity of the hospital infrastructure across various different nations. So with various different models, we were able to predict how the number of people would be requiring support, and we were able to sort of determine at what stage hospitals would be reaching their limits, and that sort of helped influence policies. And finally, location intelligence was used primarily as a method for communication. Maps were used to be able to communicate the growth, the spread, the increase of infection rates across the globe. So how this was achieved? Well, this was achieved by many organisations and quite a lot of our clients. We refer to them as GIS professionals, and these GIS professionals built dozens of applications. We broke them down into sort of three different types of applications. There were hubs, there were dashboards, and there was various different mapping applications and models. Alright, the first hub that I'm going to look at is one that we actually provided from Esri. And this was used to be able to provide various different resources. So Esri have got a disaster recovery program, or a disaster response program, whereby we provide software to organisations that can use it to be able to support populations. And this was used by hundreds of organisations across the world, including in Ireland and the United Kingdom, to be able to access location intelligence platform to be able to share information with the public. One of the examples of the hubs that have been produced locally is the Republic of Ireland's COVID-19 data hub. Brought information from the Health Protection Surveillance Centre in the Republic and the Health Service Executive, and it was a collaboration between the Central Statistics Office and Ordnance Survey Ireland and Aero and Esri Ireland to be able to build this platform. And this platform was able to provide statistics, it was able to provide charting information, it was also able to provide spatial information to be able to give you an idea of the recent incidence of confirmed cases by local areas. Looking more closely to Northern Ireland, we've got an example from Mid-Ulster Council, who released their own Arctis hub to be able to share information around who was there to help within their own area. So they were able to create a little application which allowed you to select your address and be able to find which food banks were in your local area, which community groups were in your local area, what shops were still open in your local area, and where was your nearest pharmacies. And moving on to dashboards that have been created. One of the most popular dashboards or mapping applications of all time was created by Johns Hopkins University in the United States, and this has been the go-to resource for news organisations across the world and members of the public to be able to figure out what is happening today and what's been happening over the past number of weeks. And this application is just one of Esri's default templates, which is used to be able to input information, be able to describe that and serve that back out to the public. Again, looking closer to home, we've got the likes of Donegal County Council bringing together statistics from the Republic and from Northern Ireland to be able to give a local view. This is just the sort of tools, the power that location information is bringing local organisations. So, looking to the future in the post-pandemic world, location intelligence will be used to share where businesses are back open again,
such as this example from Causeway Coast and Glens. It'll be used to be able to build the green infrastructure of the future, just like we see here by Derry City and Strabane on identifying where their cycle provision is. We'll be able to design the urban cities of the future, for example, by building digital twins of cities so that we can view how developments are going to impact upon our populations. We will be able to understand how developments can impact upon other businesses. We will be able to see a real-time response to emergency incidents. And we will be able to respond to the next biggest challenge, which will be climate change and the climate emergency we face over the next 50 years. So, thank you for listening to me for the past 10 minutes or so, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the talks today. And I will hopefully get the chance to catch up with you later if there's any questions. Thank you.